Oh no, the fallout from Ms. Markle's Instagram video has just got worse overnight, with the American mainstream media, including the woke, liberal, left-wing American mainstream media who she used to have in her pocket.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into an explosive new development. Dan Wootton has just exposed a major PR nightmare for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. This latest controversy could shake up everything they've built in their post-royal life.
Turning big time. The Daily Beast write a video in which Meghan Markle tells the story of how she obtained some Billie Eilish merchandise for a teenager whose house burned down in the LA fires is rapidly becoming an extraordinary PR fail. And the article is brutal. What's so fascinating about this, remember, is Daily Beast used to be very much team Harry and Meghan. Not anymore. Their article leads with the fact that she has been accused of not having a drop of humility in the video. And they point out that the comments have been switched off, but the message has become the target of commentary on other platforms, with critics accusing her of insincerity and ill-advised self-promotion. They even focus on the ex-user who mocked up a t-shirt bearing the legend, "My house burned down, and all I got was this crappy t-shirt from Meghan Markle." Now, according to Taz, is with me now, the royal YouTube sensation. And Tash, we have so much to talk about here. I mean, firstly, right, Lunchbox Gate. Lunchbox Gate. You point out in your post on X, I find it odd that in several parts of that video, she has her hand stuck to her head whilst talking. Is she pretending to be shocked despite asking for the items? And this bit, are lunchboxes still a thing? Don't you have school-age children? Surely you'd know that yourself. And I think the one thing we absolutely can say, Tasha, and of course we'll watch along with the video shortly, but I think we just need to kick off by saying the one thing that we do know, and that this does confirm, is whatever the situation is about the truth of Meghan Markle's children, she is not a hands-on mother. I have heard for a very long time from sources very close to the couple that she does not spend much time with the children, and they are usually looked after by staff, which seems to be the reason why she don't know what a lunchbox is.
And trust me, you don't want to miss this one. If you love staying updated on the latest royal drama, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Now let's get into it. So, what exactly has Dan Wootton revealed this time? According to his latest report, Meghan and Harry's carefully curated public image is unraveling faster than ever. They've been trying to control their narrative through interviews, Netflix specials, and book deals. But the cracks are showing. Wootton's sources claim that the couple's PR team is in full crisis mode.
Yeah, it was certainly a moment. Well, there's lots of moments in that video, isn't there, Dan, where you're just like, I can't believe she's this tone deaf. I cannot believe her. Despite the articles that came out, she was so upset about the backlash, wasn't she? She was devastated that people didn't think that she was genuinely being altruistic, that she just wanted to help people. And then she makes a production, a whole production, centered around her obtaining some signed merchandise for this 15-year-old girl. There's more holes in this than a block of Swiss cheese, Dan.
Oh, there are. Oh, there are. And as you also pointed out, Tash, so many celebrities have quietly helped out with donations, whether it be financial, clothing, or products. But Meghan is the only one to do a promotional video about herself. Look, everyone, look what I did, as she name drops A-list pals. Why, boasting. And look, we've got so much to discuss over the course of the show today, Tash, because the mystery of how this picture of Meghan and the children emerged via Architectural Week Digest, all of that to come. But I think the first thing we have to do, and I'm sorry that it is painful, but let's do it together, Tash. Let's watch the video.
Oh, no.
Just told that something arrived that I have been waiting for. Oh, my God. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, when my husband and I were in Altadena, we went to a community where all the homes were left in ashes. This mom had found a couple things, and as I was talking to her, I turned and looked and I saw this young woman, and I said, "Oh my gosh, how old are you?" She's 15. She lives there. And her mom shared something with me and said that when they came back to see their house for the first time, which is as we were meeting them, that all that she'd been looking for in her home was the t-shirt from the Billie Eilish concert that she had just gone to, that she left in the washing machine or the dryer. T-shirt. And of course, they now see their home and the washing machine and the dryer are ash. They're not there anymore. And so I said, well, I don't know Billie Eilish, but I'm going to figure out how to get you this shirt. So I thought of everybody that I knew, and I made a voice note, and I was like, please, can someone get this voice note to Billie Eilish? Here's what I'm asking. You guys, I don't even know what all of this stuff means, but it's signed for her. Is that a thing? A lunchbox thing? I don't know. This is when I feel really old. Huge thank you, Billie Eilish. This is going to mean so much to her. And honestly, to Adam Levine and Bahati, you guys helped get this over the line. To everyone who's showing up for people in big and small ways.
Scrambling to handle the latest backlash. From media manipulation to public betrayals, the situation is getting worse, and fast. Here's why this PR disaster could be a game changer. For years, Meghan and Harry have positioned themselves as victims of the British media and the royal family. But now, public opinion is shifting. Many former supporters are questioning their credibility.
To get through what's happened in California, just thank you so much. I'm going to go and email her mom now.
And yours is a very small way, Meghan Markle, a very, very small way. What do you think, Tash?
It's the fact that she hasn't obviously even given the gifts to the girl. It's I'm going to go email her mum now. Well, if this girl is following you on Instagram, she's already had it announced to the world that you've done this lovely thing for her. And I just find that, the whole thing is just, as I said, it's a production about Meghan telling the world what she has done for this young woman that she, reportedly met, or apparently met, depending on what you believe. But it's unbelievable, isn't it? It is a sweet gesture, but if she'd have just done it behind the scenes, if she'd have just maybe even got Billie Eilish to send it directly to the young woman, it would have been a lot more authentic, is a word that Meghan likes.
But that's not why Meghan Markle does charity. We know that's not why she does charity. She does her 1 hour a week charity official to make herself look good. Of course, there is a dark side to that video, though, Tash, and the fact that she confirms that she was in Altadena, that she was trampling over potentially dead bodies, trampling over homes of folk who had no idea whether their building was still standing, because locals were not allowed in because they didn't want to bother the first responders. Now, you've been looking into this situation and you've posted a picture and you say perhaps it was these two, although Meghan didn't look like she wanted to engage. Who knows what's true? I've been reading revealing the narc who lives in South California, and they say residents were not allowed in at this point, hence the anger and backlash. So what have you discovered here, Tash?
Especially after recent inconsistencies in their stories. Even major US networks, which once backed them, are starting to pull away. If the press turns on them, their entire brand, built on being misunderstood and mistreated, could collapse overnight. And let's not forget, they rely heavily on their image for lucrative deals with Spotify.
Well, residents of people that actually live out there have said that that they were not allowed even anywhere near those areas, safety concerns due to obviously with the fires that were still raging in certain areas and the high winds. And I think it was about roughly a week later that people were allowed into that area. So it's puzzling, I'd say, that Meghan managed to find a mother and a daughter there that weren't volunteering, of course. That's if it was them, but it fits, it's a woman and it looks like a teenage daughter with her. But it just doesn't make sense because even the mayor had said that residents are not allowed in the area. All of the news alerts were saying people are not allowed in the area. That's what created all of the backlash. People weren't angry with Harry and Meghan because they posed for photographs with Sarah Newsom, because they posed for photographs handing out food and volunteered. They were angry because they were given special privileges by the Pasadena mayor to climb and clamber over people's homes than what was left of their lives. People didn't even know what was standing left. And like you said, it could have been pets. People have lost loved ones in these fires. That's why people were angry. And they managed to just obviously try and deflect the backlash, saying, oh, people were upset that they were volunteering. That's not the truth. And for Meghan to just casually having ignored all of that, despite crying recently to the media, saying about how she was devastated and heartbroken that people could think that she was doing anything other than being nice. You know, and then she said, oh, yeah, well, when Harry and I, well, my husband and I, it's not Harry, is it? It's my husband and I visited. It's like she's talking that they took a tour around Disney World or Warner Bros. Studios.
Totally. There is no humanity with that
No.
woman. Now, Paula M has been doing some work on the video, and I'm fascinated for your take on this, Tash. So she posted, isn't it weird how Meghan Markle is using San Estero Ranch to do that Instagram post? Now, what she has done there is seemingly match up a lighting display from the ranch and the Instagram post. Now, if that is correct, Tash, surely that does pose a lot of questions, because this is a ranch I believe that Meghan has spent time with her friends at, but why would she be receiving the Billie Eilish merchandise there?
Netflix and book publishers. If those deals dry up, what's next? Social media is on fire with discussions about Meghan and Harry's latest missteps. Twitter, Reddit, and even YouTube are flooded with people calling out contradictions in their statements. Some fans are standing by them, but many are losing trust. Even the British tabloids, who have always been their biggest critics, are doubling down on their attacks. And let's be real, once public trust is gone, it's almost impossible to rebuild.
I mean, if that does in fact turn out to be true, it could be just Meghan has offices that she runs out of there. I mean, it's always been completely bizarre. You had the investigative reporters, I think, from Germany that found that Archwell doesn't exist other than on paper. I mean, I have had a look at a lot of photographs of the house that they apparently bought, and I have my suspicions that that is actually a film studio. And it does have very similar interior decor as those photographs. So whilst I believe that Meghan is very odd about where they live, like Netflix were not allowed to film where they live, the cooking show is not allowed to film where they live, there's obviously something that they're trying to keep hidden. So they could well be there, or it could just be another room in that studio. It's very old-fashioned the way it's been decorated, and I found that completely surprising that Harry and Meghan never updated the property itself, given the fact she spent 2.4 million of taxpayers' cash to update Frogmore Cottage to her liking, which matched the interior decorating at Soho House, and she seemed to have left the old-fashioned decorating in that house exactly how they bought it years ago. It's never made sense, really, as nothing really does with those two.
It doesn't make sense because the thing is, you've got a mega mansion with 16 bathrooms in, a mansion that's so big, Tash, that Spotify spent millions of pounds kitting out part of it is into an audio podcast studio, which they never really bothered to use, apart from a couple of times. But the point is, the house is massive. I mean, this is not a normal sized house for us mere mortals. This is such a huge house. Yet constantly, Tash, constantly we learn Harry's staying away at this hotel. Meghan's filming here. Is she receiving the guests somewhere else? It is just very odd, because it does suggest that the days where they used to work side by side in their shared office are long gone.
Salt and pepper, wasn't it? They're salt and pepper moving together, and those two are more like oil and water now. I mean, it's obvious that they try and portray a certain image of togetherness, and they're happy and they're more in love than ever before. But just as I said, nothing really seems to line up with those two. The extent that they go to hide where they live, considering they live in apparently such a big mansion. Surely you could just have a room they could have filmed Netflix in, but no, they needed to film it in someone else's mansion. And it's the same with the cooking show. It's just, they're an enigma, really, but I think they play the games to keep people guessing. For a couple that want privacy, they're constantly playing games and they're teasing things. It's like with Meghan recently, like you said, with the video, there's so many things that they do to attract attention and almost, I would say, in a way, add fuel to the fire of a lot of the conspiracy theories. And then they go, oh, but people say we're separated. Well, you're not exactly showing yourselves living together or having a normal family life. There's never any photographs of them with their children doing anything normal in California. There's never been any photographs of the children with their parents, even Christmas tree shopping or pumpkin patch shopping or anything that you are used to seeing with a lot of the celebrities.
If you think this is the beginning of the end for Meghan and Harry's PR game, let me know in the comments below. So what's the next move for Meghan and Harry? Insiders suggest they might try another exclusive tell-all interview, but will people even believe them anymore? There are also rumors that Meghan is working on new projects to shift public focus. But can she turn things around before it's too late? One thing is for sure, this story isn't over yet. And if you want to stay updated on all the latest twists and turns, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. There you have it. Dan Wootton's shocking revelation about Meghan and Harry's PR disaster and what it could mean for their future. Do you think this is the beginning of the end for them, or will they manage to bounce back? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more royal news and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.